Today we're watching, is Japan the most racist country in the world?
When I was living in Japan, I went to my local convenience store and I saw this gacha machine in broad daylight.
What is this? What the fuck? This looks great. This looks crazy.
I had to do a quick double take because if I'm not mistaken, they were selling black babies. Now I stared at that machine for about 15 minutes before I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna get one. And lo and behold, my beautiful son, black baby.
Do you know how many dashboards would have this little motherfucker on it in the US? If people could get away with it, they would, bro. This is so wild, bro.
Now to be 100% honest, the reason why I got black baby here was because, well, you know, I want to have kids someday. And I thought this would be good practice. So like any good father would, I showed him a lot of love, taking him on many adventures throughout Japan. But something weird happened whenever I...
That nigga really has him tight gripped in that fist, bro. Bro, what?
Show him off to my friends. They would all say the same thing. They would say, Noah, what the fuck is that? And after a series of short 2-hour conversations, my friends would carefully inform me that black baby here is a racist caricature of black people.
Oh, you don't fucking say! You didn't put two and two together? Come on, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Like, what?
And frankly, I couldn't believe it. Because one, black baby here isn't actually black, but a tan baby.
Yeah.
The translation on the machine. And also, I got this baby in
Wow. Sure.
Japan, the same place where they made Demon Slayer. It's virtually impossible for them to be racist. But I soon came to find out that they can. And something like this isn't the only occurrence of this type of racism. Just last year, a popular Japanese pop band called Mrs. Green Apple released a controversial music video showing themselves as European colonizers while having a...
What? Oh my god, bro. Bro, the pan out shot and I just see monkeys. Are you dead ass right now?
dance party with natives depicted as ape-like people. Or how about this example when train stations released this controversial campaign?
The fuck? No circus performance here. Wow, okay.
About not disturbing other people, seemingly in response to videos of this TikToker disturbing people in public trains.
Wow, there was on hit. Yo, that, hold on. This is specifically to you, nigga. Like, they were trying to talk to you specifically. God damn.
Direct attacks or not are pretty unclear because the most common defense when it comes to these actions was essentially, oopsies, we didn't know. Which is a pretty smart excuse if you think about it, because, you know, what can you say when someone pleads ignorance? Nothing. It's like the checkmate of all excuses.
No, it's not. Well, it can be in a lot of circumstances, but not in the face of the law. Oh, I didn't know I shouldn't be selling drugs. Oopsie. Bro, I'm going to prison.
But after claiming ignorance for what seems like the 100th time, I'm starting to suspect that maybe it's not really a matter of I didn't know, but I don't care. And that kind of leads into the broader topic of this video of, you know, is Japan the most racist country in the world? And for the warning, it's not. The title is clickbait. I lied. And you know what? I'm sorry guys. I didn't know that was deceitful. I swear to God, it won't ever happen again. Now before I get into it, I just want to make some things clear. I'm going to be generalizing Japanese people as a whole just because it's easier for this video. Obviously, only some are racist. It's like any country in the world. You got your nice, regular people, and then you got your weird, racist people. Despite a lot of comments that mistake me for being Filipino, I'm actually Japanese myself. And this is more so a criticism of a country that I love and respect. It's kind of like having a favorite character on a TV show. And you want to like show them off for everyone, but then they have that one episode where it's revealed that they're kind of like racist and maybe a little bit sexist and homophobic too. You know, not everyone is perfect. Now, after carefully researching the topic for about 5 minutes, I found that racism in Japan is not aggressive at all. No one's gonna harm you in any way, and it's one of the safest countries in the world for a reason. The general public is too busy getting fucked by their job, so they don't really have time to care about race relations. So if you go visit Japan on vacation...
That's so crazy. That's so real and that's so crazy.
Chances are you'll probably experience nothing negative at all. You know, take as many photos as you want, knowing that mostly everyone in Japan will not give a single shit about you. But then I researched an extra minute on the topic and I found this very informative website called Wikipedia. And man, this shit runs pretty deep. I'm talking 3 like full mouse scrolls. Aside from the obvious stuff that happened between the fun silly years of 1939 to 45, I want to be talking more about the modern era, where casual racism is nothing new. If you're chronically online like me, I'm sure you've seen some of the more blatant cases of racism on the internet. Restaurants banning foreigners from entering, the police racially profiling foreigners on the street, and foreigners in general just having a higher percentage of being denied renting opportunities. By the way, when I say foreigner here, I'm not talking about people that just speak English. I'm talking like literally anyone that is just not Japanese.
Really? Okay, so they're racist to everyone, not just a specific minority group. You feel me? They're racist to everyone. That's so crazy.
Mexican, Korean, Russian, Bolivian, Taiwanese, all
that motherfucker just cannot think of another race.
These cases are by far the most popular examples, and they all have their own weird justifications for why it exists. Restaurant bans, Japanese owners don't want to deal with the language barrier.
For sure, for sure. The police, I'm sure, is just like how in every and any other country. If they're not bored, then they're just prepared to discriminate against whoever doesn't know the laws in their own country.
Racial profiling, police are bored and they just target suspicious people.
Right.
Renting issues, apparently foreigners don't know the intricacies of Japanese living rules like taking off your shoes or taking out the trash. To be fair, the trash rule might be a little valid because that stuff is unnecessarily complicated. Do you want to throw away a small metal chair? Good luck, there's like 7 steps. These justifications are pretty weak, but to some Japanese people, they are extremely valid. These serve as legitimate claims to be unknowingly racist, and it only leads to a bigger negative perception of the country. The one that frustrates me the most is the renting one, because there's some statistics to back it up. There's this independent field research that ran a test in which 2 applicant forms would be sent to different real estate agencies around the Tokyo area. One would be under a Japanese name, and the other would be under a foreign name, which are primarily Chinese or Korean. The results show that the probability of receiving a positive response as a foreigner reduces by 13%.
Damn! Your chances of getting housing just plummets 13% just because I'm not Japanese is fucking insane.
Compared to using a Japanese name. Another survey in 2017 showed that 40% of foreigners in a sample size throughout Japan were explicitly told that they were denied a renting opportunity because they were of foreign nationality. Based on these 2 surveys, it's pretty clear that foreigners have some sort of disadvantage in the system. And I touched on the reasons before, but it just comes down to a major lack of trust. Even if you have the proper money, papers, and Japanese language skills to lock down the deal, you'll still get rejected just because you're not Japanese and thus not trustworthy.
That's so crazy, because I can have all the money in the world, all the documentation in the world, and have the knowledge to speak your language as fluently as you would want me to, and you're gonna tell me to fuck off just because my skin tone's a little different than yours?
I think that these real estate agencies would welcome anyone in need of housing because it'd be such an easy sale. But for them to actively deny them is mind-boggling, and it just kind of shows you their priorities. They'd rather have no sale at all than have some guy named Bong Joon-ho live amongst them in their apartment.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know this sounds a little crazy, but all their names, like I'm sure they can tell them apart, but to me, they all sound relatively the same. So you being able to distinguish between who is what just because of their last name is wild to me.
Never mind that a Japanese person can just as easily be a bad tenant. I don't know, it's dumb, it's stupid. Next, I want to highlight the discrimination of another group in Japan, which are multiracial people. This kind of ranges from people with both Japanese and foreign parents, or maybe they're just of different nationalities entirely that are born and raised in Japan, because they've been getting the shit end of the stick too. A survey that interviewed 440 multi-race students showed that 68% of them got bullied or faced
Damn! More than half. The fuck? It's almost 3/4. What the fuck? 68% is crazy. That's a very large number.
Discrimination in school. Now, it doesn't specify what kind of discrimination it was, but I'd imagine it had something to do with something that sticks out, such as, you know, their skin tone or their hair. I want to show this specific Nike commercial that addresses this exact problem. The ad shows 3 multiracial kids getting bullied in school, but found solace in doing sports.
私浮いてる？もっと馴染んだ方がいいのかな？ここにいちゃダメなの？
I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. In anime, they be making Japanese schools look like the teachers don't fucking exist, bro. It seems like it looks like the students could beat up the teachers, bro. Like, I've seen some wild ass bullying, not even in anime, just like stories of there's to be some wild ass bullying that happens in Japan. And I don't know what the fuck it is, but y'all niggas be taking it to a different level.
As you may have guessed, this ad was very controversial. On one side, you had some Japanese people commending Nike for opening doors to the conversation and essentially validating multiracial Japanese people, while other people got pissed. They claimed that the ad was anti-Japanese and painted Japan in a very negative light, despite the 3 kids shown in the commercial being based off real testimonies.
They said, nah, that doesn't happen over here, folks. He said, that doesn't happen over here. We like everyone over here. People don't get bullied over here. That's wild.
And then after nationalists downplayed the situation, if a multiracial person has any sort of success, they'll come back around and start revering them as Japanese pride. Take Naomi Osaka, for example. Famous tennis athlete. Japan would take so much pride in her accomplishments and then immediately after pull some devious shit to her. The most notable being is the portrayal of her in Japanese media. Here's a commercial from her sponsor, Nissin, and
isn't that the noodles company?
We're just gonna watch it.
最後の修行じゃ西恋と大阪よ限界を超えるがいい
思い出せ
あの修行を
Where is she? The fuck? What the fuck? Is this her? What? Nah, hold on. Isn't she like black and isn't she like what's it called? Isn't she black and Japanese? This is okay.
Yeah, that's just fucked. So that's just straight up.
Oh my gosh, bro. Nah, nigga, nah.
Not her. Nissin heavily whitewashes her and essentially downplays her more ethnic attributes.
Right.
You know, like heavily whitening the skin tone.
They toned that skin tone down, baby. What? They said, you're a little too dark here. Take off a couple shades.
And straighten out her hair to make her seem more Japanese. I'm assuming they did this because they thought it would appeal more to Japanese audiences, but in the reality, it didn't really do that, and it just kind of cost them their reputation as Naomi Osaka's official sponsor. It's pretty disheartening to hear that it's not uncommon for multiracial people to get treated like this, especially for the ones that live in Japan their entire lives. They share the same food, same culture, and even pay the same taxes.
That shit looks good as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at everything on their table. That shit looked delicious.
And yet they still get treated like an outsider. So who can we blame? The big question on my mind after seeing all this is who can we point our fat fucking fingers at? And I'm gonna kind of zero in and set my sights on the Japanese government. Because here's an awesome Japan fact. Apparently they lack any law which prohibits racial, ethnic, or religious discrimination.
So you could just be blatantly racist and just get away with it? So there's like no protective laws for any type of discrimination? I can literally go to a job, say, hey, I have all the qualities that you would look for. They're like, you're black. You don't have all the qualities. And I'm just fucked? That is absolutely insane.
So what does that mean? Well, essentially means that everything in this video is 100% legal to do, and it extends to marginalized groups as well. The LGBTQ, the elderly, and the disabled have all faced the same kind of discrimination under the government. And the reason for why there's no laws is pretty laughable. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs officially gave this statement: "We do not recognize that the present situation in Japan is one in which discriminative acts cannot be effectively restrained by the existing legal system, and in which explicit racial discriminative acts, which cannot be restrained by measures other than legislation, are conducted. Therefore, penalization of these acts is not considered necessary." Which TLDR means that racial discrimination doesn't exist here, so we don't need any laws. Oh, well, sorry guys, I guess I was just a dumb piece of shit. Anyway, video's over. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment. They really...
Bro, tell me why I actually thought the fucking video ended.
The ironically just said there is no war in Ba Sing Se. That's crazy.
Hey, yo, nah, no bullshit. Y'all used to fuck with Avatar? Because I fucked with Avatar. Let me know down in the comments.
It's unfortunately this kind of denial that's the main driving force as to why so many Japanese people can't comprehend themselves as being racist. There's just zero accountability. And if their own government doesn't recognize this, then of course a lot of citizens won't either. And it just plays into the idea that Japan isn't a country that's trying not to be racist, but it's a country that just doesn't care. They'll see a problem and just dismiss it as something that can't be fixed. Sorry, that sucks. Oh well. There's no real action to try to be better because the system doesn't care in the first place. So it's very likely that there's gonna be another racism blunder in the near future and they'll just say the same shitty excuse. Oopsies,
Right.
we didn't know. But you know what? I still have hope. Call it coping or whatever, but I still have faith that Japan will be a country more accepting of foreigners in the future. Maybe it's not exactly faith in the system or the businesses, but more so faith in the people. Because for every cringe racist out there, there are people that are trying to do good. More and more people are becoming socially aware of the discrimination in Japan, so much so that anti-racism groups and organizations are starting to become more common. It's a slow rate of change, I won't lie, but I guess it's better than nothing. I mean, anything really is better than that. But, and to reiterate,
Hey, something's always better than nothing. You feel me? One small step will make leaps and bounds in the future. So,
despite all my criticism, still love Japan. But I can't fully glaze in good faith knowing about all this stuff. It's still a fantastic place to visit, but if you want to live there, you're gonna experience some hardships.
for sure, just like in any other fucking country, city, or anywhere else where, you know, people are discriminated and or treated in different shape, manners, and forms, not just based on your, I guess, actually just based on your skin tone, your skin color, and race. But hey, that's the realities of this world. I do love you guys for watching the video. If you guys did get this far, please like the video, you know, subscribe, holla at your boy. And I'm going to start putting my Instagram down in the description so you guys can have a place to send me videos. But beyond all that, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Grit your motherfucking teeth and chase your dreams. All right, we out.